Welcome back, welcome to Norfolk Replies from the Norfolk Show 2017, the normal hotbed of food, farming and, as you can see, fashion. Now the experts are telling us it's been one of the wettest first days since the 80s, almost 3 inches of rain, but thousands of people haven't let a little thing like that put them off.
We love it.
Doesn't
come
matter about
every
the weather,
year.
does it?
And doesn't matter whether it's raining or not, you just dress accordingly.
Come every year, and we've experienced weather worse than this in the past, certainly.
Used to have a stand here lots of years ago. I've come every year ever since, and I love coming, irrespective of the weather.
I come from farming stock. You don't worry about a bit of rain, do you?
Right, now I'm feeling a bit underdressed because we're joined by the show director for the second year, Mark Nicholas. Mark, how different is it this year to your debut last year?
Well, every show is unique, there's no doubt about that, Rob. But I think what we've brought together this year is a really unique blend of not only celebrating food farming and the countryside, which is of course what the show is all about, but blending in innovation, enterprise, and this year celebrating the arts.
And how has that been going so far? Because obviously the first thing that people talk about is probably the traffic and then the weather, and it obviously hasn't been ideal so far.
Well, it's going fine. The show has got off to a good start. Yes, of course it's been wet overnight. Our teams have been working really hard to make sure that the showgoers coming in this morning, their passage has been eased, they're able to get into the car parks, but the show is running. It is business as usual. Of course, we're monitoring the situation and we're doing everything we can to make sure that the car parks remain open and people can come and go as they please.
And the programme largely unaffected as well. We were talking, obviously a parachute jump cancelled this morning, which is not ideal, but it's remarkable really that we still managed to have an event of this scale with those problems.
Absolutely. Very little has changed because of the weather, but we're keeping our eye on it. But of course, there is a second day of the show to follow.
And what are we expecting over the next sort of 24 hours or so? So we've obviously got a very busy second day. Not sure what the forecast looks like at the moment, but what are you expecting?
Well, the forecast we're looking at the moment is that it's dried up a little bit this afternoon, and tomorrow we're looking for a dry day. But it's an action-packed programme. It is very similar to the Wednesday. The only difference is the performance of the Showstoppers choral project, a unique project brought together by the County Music Service as part of the closing ceremony. But for Thursday, the King's Troop, the Royal Horse Artillery, our main flagship Grand Ring act, will still be here. The Falcons will still be here, and all of our scheduled events should be running as normal.
And you can see just by having a look around the showground that it's raining, but the crowds are still here. People love this event, don't they? Why is it, do you think, they keep coming back?
Well, I think it is, of course, a unique event. Where else in the county are you going to muster 80, 90,000 people in one place to celebrate everything that's great about Norfolk?
And just so far from this morning and through the day, are there things that you've seen that you thought, yes, that's the Norfolk Show? I mean, we've sort of been seeing all sorts of fashion going on with it raining. That brings out some interesting stuff. But from all ages as well, you see them come and enjoy the show. Yeah, and there's nothing more pleasing than seeing the showground full of visitors of all ages taking their time to enjoy the things that they want to come and see and do, because it's a rich programme, it's varied, and there's definitely enough to do for 2 days. We've spoken to some people who've been coming, as you'd expect, for decades to this show. Just give us an insight into how it's changed over the last, you've obviously been here only 2 years now, but you will have seen a very modern version of the Norfolk Show. Indeed, but I too can remember it from my childhood. But first and foremost, the Royal Norfolk Show is an agricultural show. It is all about celebrating food farming in the countryside, and that is past, current and present. And I think it's the current to the future that links us to where we're going next on this journey, about the show being a unique platform for Norfolk to come together and celebrate what is great about our county. And is there a particular focus for the show this year? I know as shows progress we have certain elements that we like to emphasise about how much Norfolk does for food and farming. Is there an element this year? Well, I think each of the 3 themes, the food farming, the countryside, of innovation and enterprise and the arts, have got very strong content. But I would single out the Red Pole National Show this year. We are hosting that. The Red
maypole is a native breed to Norfolk and Suffolk. Very strong numbers showing here at the Royal Norfolk Show. Under the Innovation Hub is our flagship showcase of the world-class research and development that's underway at the Norwich Research Park at Hethel and other places. And the arts theme, there is a great lineup of music, performing arts and sculpture and artwork.
And just finally for us, Mark, try and sum up, if you can, just what this day means to people. You can see, because they're braving the rain, but just try and sum it up for us.
I think in a word, I think it's a triumph. It's a triumph for the county.
Fantastic. Mark, thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure.
It's quintessentially Norfolk. If you look around you, you've never seen so many long brown boots in your life, and wellies, and green barber tops, and strange headgear. So you've got to come, haven't you?
My fashion choice, well, I've gone for a Sealand waterproof jacket, pair of shorts and wellies.
My fashion choice is an Anglia Farmer's tie, and we just have a good day.
OK, we're in the food hall now, and we're joined by Jamie Archer from Archer's Butchers, Charlie Hodson from Charlie's Food Heroes, fresh off the stage from a butchery demonstration. Gents, how did it go, Jamie?
It went really well, yeah, it was good fun. I love being up there, I love being on stage. Charlie's a great compere, so yeah, we bounced off each other. It's a good laugh, yeah.
And Charlie, the compare without compare, how did it go for you?
Compare without compare, I have to hand it over to Icky as well. Icky Hines, one of my other butchers from Cromer in Norfolk. We're great friends, we share the stage and we share it with some amazing butchers who at the end of the day are doing an amazing thing for the Royal Norfolk Show.
And how important is it that you show off what you do? Because this is something that people won't see every day.
It's a bit for us, I stand back and watch the butchers work. I do the easy bit, they do the hard bit, and they just show people what a lot of people don't actually see in butcher shops. There's a lot of it's done behind the scenes, breaking down the carcasses, and I think that's better off for Jamie to explain, I would have thought.
It's a good opportunity for people a bit of Q&A, so people to ask us some questions they might not normally ask us in the shop. They might feel embarrassed to, so they'll ask us. We'll demonstrate it on stage. We've got cameras and big television screens to show people exactly how we cut things up. You know, it's a good opportunity for us to show the craft of butchery.
And it's obviously a busy, thriving food hall here. We've got loads of stands here today, haven't we? And more than last year. Yeah. There's we ourselves as local food producers have been given a subsidy by HSBC to have our stand here. So whereas it might be not very cost effective, it's been really good for us. It's a lot cheaper. We can come here. There's probably 50. Is there 50 stands?
Over 50 local producers. Last year was about 17. This year we've got over 50. And you can see, you only got to look around you to see that it's busy. But people are buying as well. But it's not all about money. It's about awareness of different producers, and whether it's cheese, whether it's oil, whether it's sausages, whether it's a sauce brand. But yeah, I just think it's magical for Norfolk. # love Norfolk, as we always say.
And how much of a boost can it be to business as well? Because we see the show, we know it happens every year, but do you actually see a boost from some of the events that you do like this?
Yeah, it gets our name out, it gets our brand. People come here, they might not necessarily know who we are because we're one side of the city. So yeah, we do have repeat custom. I've got customers who met us here 5 years ago. They're coming on a weekly basis. So it's a good opportunity for us to get ourselves out there.
And the final thing I wanted to ask is, you might expect in some of these situations there'd be a bit of rivalry. You've got similar businesses, but you don't really get that, do you? Get a flavour of sort of Norfolk producers working together.
It's more camaraderie, isn't it?
Yeah, when we first started it, and we had those questions that butchers were saying, well, I don't really want to share the stage with someone I'm giving my secrets away to. But what they've now found themselves doing, they're all communicating a lot more and sharing their own experiences and their tricks of the trade. They don't give everything away. Like Jamie won't give his sausage recipe away to anyone, but they'll share their knowledge. And as we all know, knowledge is great, and it's what we all achieve. So,
fantastic.
You know, it's massive.
Last question, Jamie. What's your sausage recipe? No, I'm joking. Gents, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Sebastian. Thank you.